What's up, everybody? It's Chris. I know I just started the channel and I've already been kind of MIA, and I apologize for that. I've been kind of down, I guess, here a little bit lately, and yeah. So maybe you can help me. Maybe I can help you. And so anyway, I don't really have a whole lot prepared. Imagine that. But I did write some notes. Kind of one of I guess the main thing I wanted to go over today was ask you all what kinds of things that you all use as coping mechanisms for when you're depressed or stressed out or anything like that. Um, so one of the things that I used to use a lot, not so much anymore, I should, because it helped me a lot, was journaling. I know that you hear that from your counselors all the time, but I believe that it really does help, and I should do it more. Um, it doesn't have to be anything. Well, you don't really have to expect other people to read it unless you want them to. You can write just the events of the day, or just go into detail about what is stressing you out or upsetting you or making you depressed. Or if you don't know, try to think of things that you're grateful for. But for me, one of the best things that I use, if it's a particular person that's stressing me out, is writing a letter. And I never really thought about that before. One of my counselors brought it up to me in the past, and if there's somebody in your life that's just stressing you out, or just makes you feel a certain way, or anything like that, write them a letter and tell them exactly how you feel. Now, the intentions is not to give them the letter, so that way you can write down exactly what is bothering you. You don't have to worry about hurting their feelings. They're not going to read it. You can burn it afterward. You can just keep it in your journal and add to it later if you need to. But yeah, when my counselor brought that up to me, there were a couple letters that were a long time coming. And so, they ended up being pages long, and I just got it all out. I didn't have to worry about sugarcoating it. I didn't have to worry about if I was going to hurt their feelings, or anything like that. And I still have them because, well, I mean, I've been working on this book. I haven't really worked on it much the last couple of years. I don't know if I'm going to put the letters in it, but maybe pieces of the letters. I don't know yet. It's definitely a work in progress. And so another thing I have on my list is counseling. I know that at least in Southwest Virginia, it's kind of hard to find a counselor if you don't have insurance or anything like that. There's just not a whole lot available. I will put some information in my description for some of you that may not know about a particular one that I went to. That is a sliding scale fee. It's based on it's a sliding scale fee. And so I mean, different counselors, definitely take different approaches. One of the main things that most of the counselors that I've been to, they focus on cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT. I don't really want to go a whole lot into that with this particular video, but maybe the next one. And I see, I've got a few other things wrote down here. Yeah, back to the writing. I used to write poetry. And I think that it helped because I sort of have this thing where every couple of lines or every other line has to rhyme. I know that's not what poetry is all about, and I'm not the best. But it made me think and kind of get my mind off of the situation a little bit, even though that I'm maybe writing about what's on my mind. But, having to think about rhyming words and that, that it'll make sense, the poem will make sense. And again, nobody's going to be reading it, so, unless you want them to. Another thing that I wrote down is creating a routine for yourself. So, if you have, or if you can make a routine, if you have to write it down from the time you get up in the morning until the time that you go to bed at night, to make sure that every bit of the day is covered up, not to overwhelm yourself, thinking I have to get this and this and this done. Definitely give yourself some time to rest. But yeah, so something that, excuse me, that you can hold yourself accountable for, or something that you can look forward to. Things like, a good thing that I need to work on is exercising, walking, or anything like that. I'm hoping that when the weather gets warmer that I will feel more motivated to start walking again. And a good thing about that is that you can use one of your friends as a sort of an accountability partner. Kind of keep each other going, and maybe competitions or anything like that. And like, if you have something in your routine and you forget to do something, or one of your other tasks takes up more time, don't beat yourself up if you forget to do something, or if you don't feel like doing something. But the number one thing about that is try not to make it a habit. If you need to write out a routine to sort of get yourself into, look at it every day if you need to, even if you know what you're going to be doing. Still, look at it and maybe use it as a checklist. I know that it feels good to check things off of a checklist, to say, I did that, I finished that. And, it makes you feel better. Let's see what else I have here. Hobbies. If you don't have a hobby, look into some things. Even if it's something like adult coloring books, that's fun. I have a few I haven't colored in. So, I'm guilty of a lot of these things myself. But if I know, if you just find something to do to take up the time that you have to dwell and about things, and it just kind of spirals, and just the problem gets bigger and bigger, and it's a lot bigger than it is. Something like that, coloring, sewing, cross-stitching, anything, really. And then, like, when the weather gets warm, find something to get involved in. I like to play softball. I might not be that good at it, but I like to play. And I hope I can find something to, like that to do this summer. Let's see. Definitely, call a friend is a good one. If you don't have a friend, I'll leave my email in the description also. So shoot me an email, shoot me a message on Facebook. You know, I'll be your friend. I need friends too. But yeah, calling a friend and somebody that will, you know, listen to you, even if the things that you say don't make any sense. I might not be making any sense, but I just hope that something that I say, you know, might encourage you to find something that you can do to fill up all, you know, the void space that you have, time to think about things. Yeah, I think that's really all I want to cover today. I've started doing a little bit of research, you know, more in depth about the CBT. I might do that on the next video. If any of you all have, you know, gone to counselors that have used CBT or any other form of therapy, you know, leave me a comment and let me know what you think about it, and you know, I'll read all my comments, and maybe it'll be something that, you know, I can look into to help myself too. So yeah, I think that's all I have written down to cover today. But yeah, just you know, leave me some comments and let me know what you want to hear, and let me know, you know, what kind of things that you do to kind of cope, and yeah, I guess that's it for today. But I hope you all have a good day. Stay warm, and if you like this video, you know, like down below, and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of these videos. Alright, that's it. Have a good day. God bless.